Who is Donald Trump running with in 2024? Well, no one doesn't know about Donald Trump. So today we're going to see who he's running with in 2024, with some facts that you might not know, so stay tuned till the end of the video. Trump's nightmare. The apology for the theft and distortion of President Ford's famous 1974 line about Nixon's nightmare has finally come to an end. Trump's nightmare still haunts us, dispelling egomaniac negativity and not letting us rest from his divisions. But right now, it's more of a Republican nightmare than a Democratic nightmare. The first loss came in 2018, when Democrats turned a GOP congressional candidate against an unpopular president and reclaimed the US House of Representatives, winning 40 Republican seats nationwide, including 7 in California. The second blow came in 2020, when Trump lost the White House, becoming the first US president to lie without feeling that the election had been stolen. The GOP also lost the Senate. Then came November 8, when many of Trump's main candidates were rejected by voters. A shocking setback for a party that had had hope for a red tide to thrust them into the firm hold of the US House of Representatives and Senate. He won only a slim majority in the House of Representatives. Democrats hold the Senate. This is despite the optimal political conditions for a dead Republican Party, including horrendous inflation, an out-of-control border, and an unpopular Democratic president. Bad impression. Trump has left a bad impression on the Republican Party and its candidates with his reprehensible behavior, including whining and lying. In California, there doesn't appear to be much support among Republicans for another Trump candidacy. No one at GOP headquarters in California even wanted to talk about it last week. With Donald J. Trump announcing that he's officially running to reclaim the Oval Office he falsely claimed was stolen from him, President Biden is poised to implement what some of his top aides have dubbed the Trump Project. Mr. Biden will continue to emphasize his belief that Mr. Trump is a great danger to democracy, advisors say. But his political leaders are determined to demonstrate that Trump's 4 years have brought no real benefit to the American people. The video, titled "The Difference Between Talking and Doing," shows Biden legalizing a $1 trillion infrastructure measure and juxtaposes a compilation of clips of former presidents using the word infrastructure. Donald Trump has left America. In the middle of Trump's speech, the Twitter account posted another video titled "Donald Trump Has Left America," which shows scenes from the January 6, 2021 riots of Capitol Hill. Biden said last week that he intends to run in 2024, but will talk to his family before announcing a decision early next year. Even so, officials say Trump's presence in the race will motivate him to run again. Mr. Biden sees a danger in his predecessor that must be stopped. He regularly maintains that he is the only person who has ever hit Mr. Trump, suggesting that he has the best chance of doing it again. He has said publicly that he would not be disappointed facing Trump in a rematch. Midterm elections. Mr. Biden was heartened by a better than expected showing among Democrats in the midterm elections, but he remains widely unpopular in the opinion polls and faces political headwinds, an economy still plagued by inflation. DNC announcements. DNC announced it would begin occupying New Hampshire, Florida, and other key early states to hold Republican presidential candidates like Mr. Trump accountable for what they said when they began their 2024 White House campaign. This is DNC has started hiring local staff ahead of the presidential campaign, officials said. Party officials said they would continue to highlight the actions of other potential Republican candidates, including Mr. DeSantis, along with the longtime Trump supporters such as far-right Fox News host Tucker Carlson and MyPillow owner Mike Lindell, who supports Mr. Trump's claims of voter fraud. But Mr. Trump is a special case. Mr. Biden has long said his 2020 presidential campaign was motivated by Mr. Trump. In a video announcing his 2019 campaign, Biden lambasted his rival for the moral equality between those who spread hate and those who dared to speak out after a 2017 white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia to oppose him claim. But as president, Mr. Biden has often tried to ignore the men he calls former men. Trump's formal entry into the race could end Mr. Biden's reluctance, as some Democrats will always be pressing him to shout Mr. Trump loudly and repeatedly. The former president and the MAGA movement he created are central issues in the midterm elections, even without Trump himself officially announcing his candidacy. It was Trump's successful nomination of 3 conservative Supreme Court justices that paved the way for the decision to place Roe v. Repeal Wade and remove constitutional protections for abortion. Mr. Biden and the Democrats have used the decision as a key element of their message about being their constituents, Trump's long-standing defense of the National Rifle Association has come under increased scrutiny since shootings, including by children at an elementary school in Texas. And Democrats have always planned to focus on the former president's attempts to overthrow the 2020 election, especially his actions regarding the January 6 attack on the Capitol. Trump's destiny. It's unclear to what extent Trump maintains the iron grip on Republican politicians and voters that he did so effectively during his 4 years in the White House.
Do make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to be in the loop when we come up with more interesting content.